See what them sons look like, nigga.
But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay,
I really want to relocate.
No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Good game going on.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first of all,
and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Wasn't better than the Syracuse squad with Mello.
That they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know they had planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
This nigga Jay stupid, fool.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Then he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 92 yards.
And he's able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him.
Bro, he fucked boy Jordan fucked right over that nigga.
He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
That's right.
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go. 180!
First carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Put the Jordan moves on Kobe.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
They're about to leave Dallas.
On that one,
nobody wants to party down here.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down.
You said KD versus LeBron James?
Hauling in is Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends are creating so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Perry coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
Come on, bro. You gotta leave Kobe open.
You see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
False start.
Good block.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run blocking side?
George.
Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to launch this thing way down. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use.
Let's go, Michael Ray.
And down he goes. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Illegal screen. Bro, tell my nigga Neo.
They'll give it to him up the middle. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
The white people.
Garoppolo now,
white people.
3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination.
Making a good old shindig. Come on, AD.
Gold is able to put it through.
Keep that pressure.
And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
With Michael Finley.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Reset. Hey, easy.
Reverse.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage loss, but gain a few extra.
To throw is Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 46 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays,
Robert Parrish.
that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense
Not the
off
nigga
balance,
from Jim
that'll
Mungie.
drive a team towards a victory.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. The connection
Yes,
made, it's Graham. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd and short.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Rodgers now to throw. And able to find Graham, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going, runs like that.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. That's what they're doing early in this game.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
We'll see ya, see ya.
Now it's Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat.
Iceman.
He said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up first and 10 at the 34. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him.
Michael Finley, get out of there.
I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
That's fine, yeah.
Good shit, boy.
Where y'all going? Stay at home. Stay at home. Yeah, Liz.
Iceman. Iceman.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Cassius Marsh in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And Adams has it complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On third down, here's Jones. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Crosby puts it through, and they put...
St. Dog salute. However this game in Moneybags, KD got the best of LeBron on this one.
Good block. Come on, man.
game's going on, baby. Let's fucking go. Money back. Money back, money back. That's right. Ooh, I gotta pick up you, Diddy.
Releasing this damn steam from this pressure from out this pressure cooker.
Money bags, money bags. We have the game of the day. All right, here we go. All right, here we go, baby. Yeah, boy. Let's go, salute. Let's fucking go.
Bro.
Fucking go, boy. Fucking go. Ah, good shit, boy. That's the way you accept the challenge. LeBron, you fucking best player in the league, nigga. Fucking go. Steph Curry, get your bitch ass out. You can't play defense worth the lick. No threes, no threes, no threes. Don't, hey, no threes.
Mm.
You ready, money bags? You ready? Let's go, money bags.
Kobe Bean. I switch teams for you, Kobe.
2, 1. First win. Let's fucking go. First win of the season. What a fucking block by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Hey, 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 hey. Saint Dog salute. Ah, let's fucking go. What a fucking way to come in and get a win, fellas, on the road.
I give her the car, but I give her 30K so she can shine straight.
Good shit, fellas. Good game, money bags, dog.
Bro, what the fuck?
Oh, Juju, who live out of you and Ren?
Me?
Nobody? No.
Bro, get the fuck out of here.
Say the money bags. I got your rematch in LA tomorrow, dog. What? Another famous what?
There's so much bullshit going on in this game that is fucking ridiculous.
Let me check y'all boys out.
And one. Let's fucking go.
Y'all got a good game going on in Phoenix.
Hold on, man.
Where's Kobe?
Had to take a breather, dog.
I'm just tuning in, baby. Damn.
They can't do it all these days.
God damn.
God damn.
See, bro, he can't even much finish his check.
Ask and you shall receive.
Go to Black Mamba.
Anthony fucking Davis. Bro, he traveled. Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, dog. They know they owe me that shit.
That nigga Kobe's amazing.
I just need a real valuable co-star.
I got Kevin Durant for you.
Alright.
Do.
Bro, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Okay, AK-47. What's happening? Trade rumors.
Man, what happened to that dude, bro?
Nigga wife gave him the motherfucking pass.
That was not a foul. That was all ball.
What the fuck? This is beyond me, bro.
Alright, man. Deep down, stand up, baby. Don't be doing that, Kobe. You ain't got that.
He said,
Oh, shit. I did something so stupid.
good beans, good beans.
That's green. Get the fuck out of here, 2K. Boy, these niggas is. Ooh.
It's the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field.
That's the check in the crowd. Boy, that's fucking trash.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for
and
here.
They dipped
10 yards on the pickup
grease.
there, and it'll be second down.
They dipped that shit in the grease, bro.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. He dumps off to Morris. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Oh, you nasty.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Garoppolo on first down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Garoppolo to throw on second down. And pressure gets to him again. Mike Daniels. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? This is Morris. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
I'll let y'all.
Y'all take it easy.
50 seconds to go in the first half. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now the Packers get set to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll run it with Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Zoom. 4 down. Over. He's checking. Crash.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Inside.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Four down, check. 26.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey. Black 80. White 20.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to find Garcon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Here we go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Here's McKinnon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here again is McKinnon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Got a man, touchdown, 49ers. It's Selleck. Garrett Selleck. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Even. 4 down. Even. Jumbo!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rodgers now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Blue 58! What a 50! Zoom. Hey, 88! Scat 300! Shift!
Rodgers now looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. 319. That's fine, yeah. You got motion man. You got motion man right there. Hey. Motion. Reset.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Four down. 319. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we gonna make the 48, right? We are going. Zoom.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. A dump underneath to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Hey, check 26. Hey, where y'all going? Gun. Jumbo. 319.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, where y'all going? Gun.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Zoom. Oko, over here. Motion. Yeah, Liz.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Cassius Marsh in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Clay Matthews in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Clay Matthews in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys in great field position, probably near midfield or better.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Green 18. 12 mine. You go tight.
They get it to him running left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They do tack on the extra point as well, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jackson, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. To throw is Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Garoppolo to throw. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo now. First down throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Caught left side, Garcon. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down.
Single receiver. By 20. By 20.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 5. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo now. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Zoom.
Rodgers throwing here. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Green Bay, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they